Helen Hunt Jackson, originally born as Helen Maria Fisk, was born on October 15, 1830, in Amherst, Massachusetts. She was born to Nathan Welby Fisk and Deborah Waterman Vinyl Fisk. She had 3 siblings and 2 brothers who died after birth, and a sister Annie. In 1844, when Helen was only 15, she lost her mother. 3 years later, her father died. Before his death, he had made sure she would be financially stable and raised by her aunt. She was sent to private schools, where she became best friends with Emily Dickinson, a famous writer and poet.
In 1852, at age 22, Helen married Edward Bissell Hunt, a captain of the U.S. Corps of Engineers. She and her husband followed a typical military life. They had 2 sons, Murray Hunt, who died as an infant in 1854 of brain disease, and Horsford Rennie Hunt, who died of diphtheria in 1865 at age 9. In 1863, her husband died while experimenting with a one-man submarine. She then met Jackson and became his wife on October 22, 1875.
After the death of her husband and both her sons, Helen picked up the style of writing. She started her work as a muckraker through her publications of poetry and writing. In the beginning, she published her work anonymously under the name H.H.
In 1879, Jackson took interest in the Native Americans after hearing a lecture in Boston from Chief Standing Bear from the Ponca tribe. The Ponca tribe suffered from disease, harsh climates, and poor supplies. When Jackson heard about this, she became angered from the treatment from the government, and because of this, she became an activist for Native Americans, which led to her work as a muckraker. She started investigating and publicizing government misconduct. She made petitions, raised money, and wrote letters to the New York Times on behalf of the Ponca tribe.
Helen engaged in heated exchanges with the government, fighting for the Ponca tribe and other native tribes. The U.S. Secretary of Interior, Carl Schurz, was one of her main targets. She once called him the most adroit liar I ever knew. She exposed the government's violation with the natives and documented the corruption of U.S. Indian agents, military officers, and settlers who stayed and stole reserve Indian land.
In 1885, Helen died of stomach cancer in San Francisco, California. After her death, Helen's legacy lived on through her work of poetry and writing. Her book, Ramona, was reviewed by North American Review, and they said the book was unquestionably the best novel yet produced by an American woman.
Vote Helen Hunt Jackson for Muckraker Hall of Fame and she'll break the muck away.